Hey, what's going on, guys? Destra here from DestraMonies.com, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the biggest takeaways that I received from attending Live the Dream 8 in Austin, Texas. So, if you've never attended a Live the Dream, I highly suggest that you get to one next year. The connections that you make, the training that you receive, the recognition that you get for your own efforts as an online marketer, and the opportunity to pick the brains of the top leaders in the industry is just priceless to me. And here are some of the biggest takeaways that I received from actually attending that event. So, the event started off with the 6 pillars, and the 6 pillars are the foundation for your online marketing business. And these include number one, your vision and your personal development strategy. You need to have a vision and a personal development strategy in place in order for you to have a strong foundation when it comes to building your business, because there are going to be days when you don't want to be building your business and you want to be able to have something strong that can help, a strong vision that'll help pull you forward when you are running into one of those days when you just don't feel like building your business. So number two would be to uh, have a personal branding and a target marketing strategy in place. So you need to know who you are, you need to know who you serve, and you need to know what the pains and problems of your target market are and how your business products or services can start to help them solve their problems. Number three is to have a marketing strategy in place. Number three is to have a monetization strategy in place. So you want to be able to have a way for people, once you've built up that personal brand and once you've built up that relationship with your target audience, then you want to start to figure out how you can monetize it. So do you want to charge for coaching? Do you want to add some bonuses during your webinar when they buy a specific product? There's so many ways that you can monetize your audience once you start to build that audience, get to know that audience, and then sell to the audience. So number four is your content creation and your content marketing strategy. So you want to be able to create content to engage your audience and have a strategy in place where you're able to connect with your audience on a specific platform. So whether that be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blogging, whatever platform that may be, just pick one platform to stick with and then build from there. So number five is your follow-up and engagement strategy. So how are you going to follow up with people? Are you going to funnel them into your email list? Are you going to use ManyChat? Are you going to just connect and network on Facebook through Messenger and follow up that way? So number six is something that people get tied up the most on when it comes to building their business, and number six is your traffic strategy. So there's a reason why traffic comes last in the 6 pillars for the foundation for your online marketing business, because traffic is easy to get, but if you are not branding yourself, if you're not monetizing or creating content or following up, then the reality is then you're probably not going to get much results if you have a lot of traffic coming to you, if you haven't built a relationship up with your audience and you haven't engaged them or built some kind of rapport with them where you'd be able to lead them to a presentation or some kind of marketing campaign that you are promoting. So that's just one of the lessons in this at Live the Dream. So the 3 activities that you want to focus on every single day for success is to build your audience, engage your audience, and sell to your audience. So all throughout the event, this was a common theme that you want to make sure that you're doing every day. So these are the 3 actions for building your business every single day. So there are 3 phases of growth when it comes to building your business, and you have to be able to progress through the 3 phases in order for you to be able to scale it up. So the first stage is social media networking and prospecting. Number 2 is personal branding and content marketing. Number 3 is paid advertising to scale your business. Now, I'm going to be creating more content on these these topics because there's just so much information out that we received over the weekend that I'm not going to be able to get into too much depth in just this one video. So one of the lessons I picked up also was to challenge your limiting beliefs. If you Your limiting beliefs are going to keep you in a stuck and not progressing forward. So you want to be able to, have a vision so strong that it'll overcome any limiting belief that you may find yourself thinking about when you are building your business online. So I mentioned this before, but you want to be able to focus on just one marketing strategy and master it before you actually move on and incorporate another marketing strategy. So most people actually don't do what they know, and people want to live the dream already knowing exactly what they need to do. But the problem is people actually don't take action on what they already know. And the biggest reason behind this is because it boils down to one thing, and that one thing is fear. So you want to be able to get into a state of action to in a state where you're taking action on the knowledge that you already know, and your business results will start to skyrocket. So just take an action, whether that be just connecting with 5 to 10 people on Facebook per day. Do that particular action, and over the course of over time, you'll start to realize that you get more engagement, you get more connections, you get more leads and sales for your business if you just stick with a particular strategy rather than bouncing from Instagram, bouncing to Facebook, bouncing to blogging. Just pick one strategy, stick with it for a long period of time, and you'll start to get the results that you're looking for in your business. So, at the Live the Dream event, there was a ton of training on Facebook Messenger marketing, and this is actually one strategy that I'm personally implementing more for my business because I just see the amount of possibilities when it comes to Facebook Messenger marketing. So I'm gonna leave you guys with a link to my Facebook Messenger marketing bot. So just subscribe to my bot, and I'll be able to share with you guys trainings on exactly how you can use Facebook Messenger marketing to grow your business. And if you want updates on this training, just make sure you hop on my newsletter at desrimoniz.com/newsletter. So Daryl Eves was a YouTube expert that was a guest speaker at Live the Dream 8, and one of the things that stood out to me was he mentioned that content is king, but distribution is queen, and she holds the real power. So if you think about it, when you're creating videos, when you're creating pieces of content, if you're creating blog posts, images, any of that, the content is awesome, but you need to be able to distribute that content so you get eyeballs onto your content, because that's when distribution is queen and she holds the real power comes into place. It's great that you create great content, but if nobody sees it, then the reality is you're not going to get any results from those efforts. So biggest takeaways from Joe Dispenza when he took the stage was thoughts are the vocabulary of the brain and feelings are the vocabulary of the body. And the best way to predict your future is actually to create it. And nerve cells that fire together wire together. So Dr. Joe's presentation during Live the Dream 8 was pretty awesome, and I just wanted to boil down just a few points from his presentation that I got from that particular segment of Live the Dream 8, and I'll get into more training when it comes to what I learned from Dr. Joe later on in future blog posts. So from Diane Hockman, I learned your word is law. Make sure that you stick to exactly what you're going to say, exactly what you're going to do, and stick with saying no to the things that you can't do. So you want to find people that are looking for you. You want to find people that resonate with your message, and you want to be able to connect with those people. Another thing I learned from Diane is I will be rewarded based on the value that I bring to the marketplace. So this is a spin of something I think I picked up from Jim Rome also, which is, you get paid for the value that you bring to the marketplace. So that's just a recap of what I learned from Diane Hockman. From Mark Harbert, I learned, what holds people back from actually doing videos. So people hold themselves back from doing videos because of the fear of what other people think or say, fear of failure, fear of success, insecurities of how you look, and I'm afraid that you might say the wrong things. And the solution behind these fears of doing video is actually to just provide value and serve others. You'll start to have those fears dissipate when you come from a place of service, and you'll start to attract who you are and what you believe in. So, a big point that Mark Harbert brought up was, how do you attract buyers? You become a buyer. So, a few things that I learned from Lisa Torres was, the four success principles, and to do these four successful principles every single day, which are marketing, prospecting, presenting, and closing. And there are a couple of tasks that you can every day you want to be asking yourself, are the tasks that I'm doing right now moving me closer to my goal or away from my goal? So from Norbert Orlowitz, I learned, don't let personal development keep you stuck. Own your own value. And one of the major points that I learned was selling is a transfer of confidence. So the most confident person is going to sell someone or influence someone else on taking a look at what they're doing, or they're not, or the opposite, not transferring that confidence, not selling because of a weakness in confidence. So you also want to be able to leverage forced accountability, and this is just being able to hold other people accountable to what they're going to of what they say they're going to do. So one strategy that I picked up from Norbert for when it comes to doing webinars also was to just set a date for the webinar, announce the webinar, share it with your list, promote it before you actually create the webinar. And number 4 would be to create the webinar and then execute and record it so you can repurpose it. But the whole point of that is just to get into the mode of taking action on the webinar before you actually create it. That way you don't back yourself up from actually execute it on the webinar. So I actually scheduled one of the first action things that I took after Live the Dream when I got back home was I set a date for a webinar for this upcoming weekend, and I haven't even created the content for it, but I'm right now I'm just promoting it up until that point, and I'll create the content a couple of days before, and that'll help me stay accountable and leverage forced accountability for me to be able to do a webinar and create value for my audience without having to back off from it because I didn't have the time to create the slides. It held me accountable to do what I said I was going to do and actually do the webinar when I said I was going to do it. So there was so much information from Live the Dream 8 that I can't just do it in just one blog post. So I'm going to be breaking down future lessons that I learned from Live the Dream 8 into future blog posts. So if you guys make sure that you want more updates on when I release these blog posts, make sure you hop on my newsletter at desrimoniz.com, and I'll start to share more of those tips and information that I learned from Live the Dream 8 with you through my blog as well as my messenger bot. So with that, hope you guys have an awesome day. Hope you enjoyed this content. And I know it was a lot of information, but I'll start to dissect a lot of this information and share it with you in future blog posts. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Talk soon.